Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you had a great weekend. And let's go ahead and get started right away. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that at the moment of recording this video, we find ourselves testing again the downtrend line over here. You can see it for the third time already. And it'll be interesting to see, of course, if today we manage to break out of this downtrend line, have a retest, and then move upward. If we do, the target price for a pattern of this sort, a ascending wedge, would be the top part over here, which would bring the price back to $43,000. But we do have to be very, very careful, of course, because this Wednesday, the Federal Reserve in the US will announce their decision if they're going to leave the interest at the same level or if they will raise them for the second semester of this year. So, of course, especially in the smaller time frames, this could mean that the traditional markets are going to react and are going to be very volatile, and that in turn will also affect how Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrencies behave as well. So let's keep that on the radar for this week. Now, what could that actually mean to us? It could mean that today and tomorrow you don't really see a whole lot of movement in the market, and even Wednesday before the announcement is made, we also don't see a whole lot of movement. And then on the smaller time frames, especially the 1 hour, the 4 hour time frames, we do start to see a lot of volatility, a lot of movement once the announcement is made. So be very careful if you open a trade here. I've seen this happen already many times before. The price goes up and then immediately gets rejected and moved back down. So be very careful here as well. If we do see a breakout with a retest, of course you could have a long position open. But if I were you, I would keep my feet steady until Wednesday, when the announcement, after the announcement rather, is made. Here you can see also interesting is we are retesting our 50 EMA line over here, the orange line, which coincides right now with our downtrend line. But as you can see, so far we have a rejection in the price. So be interested to see if we manage to break through this resistance line here from our downtrend, from our falling wedge. And you can see already we tried that twice before, haven't managed to do it. If we do, next hurdle to overcome would be passing the 100 EMA line, and then after that, of course, the 200 EMA line. So as you can see, there's a lot of resistance at above us here on the 4-hour chart. Again, the 100 EMA line usually has been strong enough to always reject the movement towards the upside and then brings the price back down. So I almost expect the same thing to happen yet again this Wednesday. That could bring the price back down to $37,000 in all likelihood. At least that's what I think will happen. Of course, there's two different scenarios. There's the bearish scenario, which again would be that we go up to our 100 EMA and then get rejected, brings the price back down. And then, of course, the bullish scenario would be that the FEDS, they announced that even though, yes, they want to at some point go back and change the interest rates and raise them, for now they will choose to keep them at the same level and then not do anything else, because they've noticed what effect that could bring to the economy because of all the things that have been happening already that have affected the economy. Then they would, and again, this is speculation, I'm not really saying that I have information that this is what they're going to come out with. But if they were to do that, if they were to say, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to be leaving the interest levels at the same location as they were before, and in fact we're going to continue to print more money so we can try and stabilize or at least mitigate some of the issues that we've been having, then that could of course in turn have a massive reaction that could push the markets higher. And that would, of course, be, at least for those of us who are in the crypto world, would be good news. Now, the Federal Reserve, of course, from the start of the year already mentioned what their plans were going to be. So, uh, we just have to wait and see if they really will stick to their guns or make a modification last minute. So, we'll have to see. If, again, we have a breakout, then you can, again, keep in mind that we have a lot of resistance above us here on the 4-hour chart. And also here on the daily chart, the same thing applies. A lot of resistance. All of the EMA lines find themselves right above us. $37,700 has been a very important level, as you can see. So I've said it's fine if we go below $38,000 for a brief period of time. So long as we stay above 38,000, then we're fine. And so far, that level has been holding strongly. Again, the EMA lines are all above us, so I don't think we're going to see a huge move in the price. Vertical move, but rather little by little, step by step, we could climb back above each one of these resistance lines. So keep that also as part of your information for making a strategy. Here you can also see, for example, that there is a interesting element here in the mix, and that is our RSI indicator. You can see here for some time now we have been moving sideways, as you can see here by drawing this box, and this is something that really hasn't happened in a long while. You can see we go up and down, but we don't really make any other moves that either go up or way below this area. Another thing to notice here is we can draw a line, and you can see we haven't really drawn any deeper lows. You can see, yes, the price is little by little going down, but the RSI is going up also little by little. And that, if you just look at it from a technical perspective, is a bullish sign. But, this is something that really reminds me when we were here in this location where the price little by little was going down, not with massive violent moves, and then followed by the pump in the market. Same thing here with the RSI indicator, basically moving sideways, followed by a little bit of a dip in the indicator, and then of course the run up in the price. So something also to keep in mind. Okay, and so let's go now and take a quick look at some of the news, see what's happening there. There is also something very interesting, and that is regarding the accumulation that is taking place right now. We can see this with this graph here. And thank you, by the way, those of you who were in the live stream yesterday. We looked at this there also. And this graphic just basically shows the whales and the fish, what is happening right now, that they, at this level, they're accumulating. So with blue, we have the whales, those who have 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin in their wallet. And then the fish are, of course, people like you and I that have, maybe one or less, or maybe a couple more, but not a whole lot. So you can see here the whales are accumulating massively, as well as the fish are accumulating right now at this level. And now I know this, this sounds bad, but one scenario that I wish we could see is that a lot of the fish start to sell, and then that would attract a lot of the whales to come in and buy up all of that available cryptocurrency, and then drive the price up from there. Same thing as what we see here, where the fish and it started selling, and then the whales came in and brought the price up because they started buying up all of the available coins. So of course another idea here would be that either that both the fish and the whales continue to accumulate at this level, and that in itself is what gives Bitcoin the push to continue to go up. But of course all that will depend on what the Federal Reserve announces this week. Also in Dubai, a big property developer is going to start accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum as a form of payment when people that have these coins want to pay for their property with the cryptocurrencies. That is, of course, good news, not just for people in Dubai. You can also from outside, if you are looking for property, you're looking for a place to own property, then this is, of course, an option, and it's definitely good news for Bitcoin in the long run, as well for Ethereum. And before we move on, there's also a partner. You can find a link in the description for that, and you can support the channel that way. And that is Blockpit. It's software, an application, online application to keep track of your taxes. So it's very simple to use. You can hit, again, the link in the description, and you even get a discount for those of you who sign up. Anyway, let's go quickly look at Ethereum, where also here the structure right now is the same as in Bitcoin. We're struggling here with our downtrend line. If we have a breakout today or sometime this week, then of course we also have our 50 and our 100 EMA line, as well as the 200 EMA line above us. This level here, 2,830 something, is an important level. And of course, we did below the $2,815 level over here. In fact, I even mentioned in the live stream that when we came here and got rejected, that the price was going to come down. Same thing with Bitcoin. And we did, but as you can see, after that here in the 4-hour chart, we haven't built a lower low, and now we find once again Ethereum above this important price level. So depending on what Bitcoin does and the markets do, we could be moving back in the $3,000 level soon if everything goes well. Now let's go and have a look at ApeCoin. And I know some of you are interested here, and so I wanted to talk about this. You can see here, this might be a good entry level. We are testing the 50 EMA line here, you can see, or not the 50 EMA, the 200 EMA line, and we could be moving back into this zone over here. Now I mentioned this, everything that goes up has to fall. You can see we've had a huge run up in the price. Now we have this correction. In fact, when you go over here and calculate what the run up was, it's about 150%, a little bit over that, and the correction here is almost 50%. So again, everything that goes up has to come down, especially when you see, it doesn't matter which coin we're talking about or which asset, things are not just going to keep going up and going up and going up and going up. There's going to be corrections. That's just the nature of the way things are. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell and share the content and hit the like button. My name is Basti. Bye bye.